What's up, Mother Truckers? Welcome back to another episode of Destination Unknown. Before we begin, you know what I need you to do though, right? Hit that subscribe button. Today, we're gonna get personal. And how's that? I'm gonna tell you all about my training experience. The first thing that you need to know is that the majority of women in this industry team with their husband or partner. There aren't a lot of solo women drivers. Now, a lot of people like to do it this way. They like to have the husband get their CDL first, and then have the wife join them 6 months or a year down the road so that the husband can train the wife or so that they have more experience starting off. But that's not the best way to do it. Just jump in. Both of you should get your CDL at the same time. That way you can pretty much graduate right around the same time, choose a company, and then both be hired onto the company at the same time. Another mistake that people make is that they will choose a company that will train them together in the same truck or allow the husband to train the wife. But that's just not the best way to do it. Whenever you're starting out, there's a lot of things to learn. And if you're both starting out green, you're not going to have that well of knowledge to pull from that you would get with a trainer who has been trucking for at least a few years. Imagine also 3 people training in a truck together for up to 14 hours a day. Not a good idea. And I know what you're thinking. What happens during that 10-hour reset? Well, let me tell you, at the end of the day, the trainer gets a nice cushy hotel room, nice shower, TV, and guess where you are? You're in the truck. The reason that I suggest that you train separately is because you're being trained by 2 different people, giving you 2 different perspectives on everything. And when you come together, you can combine your knowledge. I can't tell you how many husband and wife teams we've encountered that are trained together by the same really bad trainer, and then they come together and they struggle. Their first year is 10 times harder than it has to be because they wanted to take the easy way out in the beginning. Why do a lot of these couples choose to do it that way? Because the woman is concerned about being with a stranger in the truck for several weeks. But ladies, there's nothing to worry about. These drivers are just like you. They're out there to earn a paycheck and teach you the business. Besides that, the company is in constant contact with the trainers. They don't want a lawsuit on their hands. Now, let's get into it. Let's get into training. The most important thing that you need to know is that your training experience will probably be mediocre. These trainers are just out there to teach you the bare minimum, if that. Okay, now are you still with me? If you are, we're gonna go ahead, but I'm pretty sure I lost a few of you. Like I mentioned before, I've been doing this for 5 years, and I've talked to a lot of fellow women drivers, and the common denominator is that training just sucks. You have to not dwell too much on how bad the experience is and think about how good it will be once you get out of your trainer's truck and get into the truck with your husband or partner so that way you can begin your trucking career. Training is like the trial by fire. Then you're done with it, it's over, you never have to do it again. If you can get past that training period, you will be gold. Chances are your husband is having a similarly bad experience. But like everyone else that has come before you, we just suck it up and keep on trucking. But it's not all doom and gloom. You do learn something. You may not learn it all, but you learn a little bit and you learn enough that whenever you do get together with your husband, you can pool your resources together and have enough information to function out there on the road. The first 3 months is gonna suck. Everything that can be thrown at you will be. There will be all kinds of things that will happen that you will not know how to handle. But eventually, you will get through it all, and after that 3 months, you can just sit back and enjoy being a professional tourist. The key when you're starting out is to take your time and ask questions. You don't want to get into any accidents or get any tickets. That is so important to maintaining your driving record. And don't forget that you have a vast untapped resource out there. Other drivers. Don't be afraid to walk up to them and ask them a question. There are no stupid questions. Anything that can help you in your job and to do a better job and to do a safer job is not stupid. Don't be afraid to ask those questions. Other drivers are more than willing to help you out. After the first 3 months, everything really started to flow for us. The money was coming in consistently, and we were able to slow down a little bit and enjoy the sights that we were seeing around the country. We truly became paid tourists at that point. One thing that I really want to emphasize is that the majority of the couples that we have met coming into trucking do not last their first year. If you didn't quite hear me, let's rewind that and let me say it again. The majority of the couples are no longer trucking after 1 year. Many of them sold off their homes, everything that they owned, and were so convinced that trucking was going to be the last job that they did. But within their first year, they realized trucking was not for them and they had no plan B to fall back on. So remember guys, if you get into this business, make sure to have a plan B because this is not for everybody. So there's everything you need to know about training as a woman trucker. I hope that I answered all of your questions. If I didn't, or if you have a comment, make sure to leave it down below. Thanks for watching Destination Unknown. Stay tuned for more episodes, and in the meantime, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with all of your friends. Until next time, bye!